Hello Tubesters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today we have a reveal of six figures. Hang on a second, I've been painting these for a week or two. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, six figures. Gav can count up to six. Don't ask for 7 or 8. Right. I recently undertook this commission for a very nice gentleman who he's not a gamer. He likes to make vignettes and dioramas, but instead of, I do believe he does use the 1 in 35 scales as well, but he enjoys also making them in these smaller war games, what I would call war game scale. When you're doing them at this scale, you can actually get quite a variety of figures, and you can either keep them on the bases as these have been done, or you can cut the bases away, drill the figures and pin them and stick them into whatever you're sticking them into. But they do make nice, nice vignettes. And as I had a look at that Rubicon Models LVT the other day, in which you'll be seeing a final reveal of that hopefully sometime towards the end of the week. There's some really decent war games scale, so 1 in 56 scale vehicles out there. Slightly more chunky. I don't want to derail this one now by going into the LVT, but slightly more chunky because they're obviously designed to be gamed with. But you put them in amongst a diorama or a little vignette, and they work just as well. And you can still get your fix of being able to make dios and that, but in a smaller scale, and they don't take so much room up. Pause for thought there, something like that. Anyway, so. Yeah, six figures, French Foreign Legion, a 5 and a 6, which is in American US Ranger, which we did as a bit of a test figure to see if I'd never done digi camo. In fact, I hadn't done a lot of camo in general. I don't do a lot of, although I quite enjoy post-war stuff. I don't really do a lot of it for commission, just because people prefer me to paint Napoleonics and that. But it was a very enjoyable. We had lots of toing and froing with photographs, and sometimes I'd stuff up things following different photographs to my client. I apologise, but we got there in the end. And I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was nice. So anyway, let's go down to the bench and take a look. Right guys, thanks for joining me at the bench. Now, with all my waffle, I cannot remember if I said these were 28mm in metal. I do believe they are from Empress Miniatures, but don't hold me to that. But I do believe they are. I've got no photographs to show you. I was going to do some, and I'm just thinking, well, the client's seen a load of photographs. Let's just see if we can. I can never get the right light balance with this, unfortunately. Right, let's try it that way. These have been converted by my client. As far as I'm aware, the bodies are American soldiers, not French legionaries. But to be honest with you, my memory goes in and out, and I can't honestly remember right now. He's also supplied me. Supply me with some little decals. I had to do the French tricolor badly, and there is a tiny little decal above it as well, as you can just about see. Weathered them up, dusted them up. Unless you're going to go really muddy on them, I would suggest just dusting up carefully, just to bring the colours down slightly as well. I use some very diluted brown on the camo, just to bring them down a touch. They're a bit stark. Try to do the patch. So I've noticed on a lot of the legionaries, some had the green pouches still, or a combination of green pouches and the brown ones, or completely green all the way around, and just having the vest and the yoke with in like the desert type of tan colours. And these have got the I don't know what you call it, jersey material, breathable material. So it seems to be a lot of modern camouflage now. It tends to be the arms and obviously trousers, but the jersey material, I presume for more comfort and the way they see it with the amount of webbing on. You wouldn't see them. I'm not 100% if I agree with that really, but who am I to judge? Try to dust up some of the weapons. And the client wants asked me just to throw some sand, and as I think I said before, I use if you're in the UK, if you go to the range to their pet department, they do bags of this. It's like a grit that you put in the bottom of budgie and parrot cages, I believe, and I mix that in with some silver sand that they use for play pits. So if you go to well, I don't think the early learning. That's where I got a 5 kilo bag from the early learning centre years ago, and I'm still not even touching 2/3 yet. So, and they've shut down, I believe. Magazines there are held on by like a strap, and then a couple of mixtures of pouches. Again, the client's decals. A client wanted them completely shaven at the back, which appears to be what the French Legionnaires are. So they wanted them all clean shaven with no beard, not beard, no 5 o'clock shadow or anything like that on them. I'm not a huge black lining fan. I think I used the rubber again colour, rubber black, but I have outlined some of these areas just to give them some definition amongst all the camouflage, because otherwise they just sink into, at this scale, they just sink into nothing really, and it can look a bit stark, but when you're actually stood back looking at the final the final thing, it's not too bad. This is our Ranger with the camouflage. Now I've got to be careful there, because the head I've put pins into the heads, and it's just there to show you, rather than a headless torso. The client wanted the minigun, is it? Saw. He wanted that cammed up. Sometimes they would use camouflage tape, and sometimes paint. And it tended to be a bit. It wasn't to the same camouflage as the jackets. The ones I'd mainly seen had a more sand base, and that's what I did with those. A more sandy green than I put on. Again, it just so it doesn't everything merges with everything else. These will be wrapped up in a bit and get ready for posting off to the client tomorrow. As I say, the head, we'll just get the other head. Let's be careful here. There's the other head. Here we go. He asked for 2 lots of heads, and I bet that's going to be, and it is. Right, after shortening our pin, I don't really want to. I don't know if these are for dios. I don't particularly like handling them. Just keep your oils off your hands on them. And there's our second head. The client will have to pose that where he wants it, but that's with our boonie hat on. Again, jersey material, just camouflage arms. I noticed with the American ones, the jersey came under the arms a lot. You could see it a bit more. Now remember, always have your head pointing the same way as your weapon. You don't patrol looking that way when your weapon's pointing that way, because if you do come into contact, you need to get it into the firing position and putting rounds down straight away. Gav's top tip there for posing figures. Post-war anyway. Yeah, well, there we go. I hope that's been of interest to you. Sorry for the pregnant pause there. I was going to make sure nothing fell apart. As I say, they're on they're on milk bottle tops just because it was easier to show you like that. And as I say, I want to keep my hand oils off or put rubber gloves on. And if I put rubber gloves on, you can guarantee I'll get them caught on something and something will bust. So yeah, very, very enjoyable. Nice little project. Made a change from doing naps. And of course, what's the next project? Naps. Yeah, we're doing Chasseurs of the Guard and Grenadiers of the Guard, Old Guard, in 18mm AB, 4 regiments of, plus a brigade commander. In between that, you'll be seeing the odd 28mm 30-year war resin figures that I'm doing for Mez's Minis as part of commission for that. That's just to break up some of the. You won't see a lot of them because I'll be concentrating on the 18mm AB commission, but just to break up the monotony of painting all those. It's nice to pick a figure out occasionally and do 40 minutes on it. So there's that. And of course there's the Tommy's War figure, which I'll be showing you probably in the next couple of days, seeing some progress on that. I'm told that the other figure's in the post, so we'll do an unboxing of that, because I don't think I did an unboxing of this one. But yeah, lots of things going on, and obviously we'll have an update on our Bandai 1/48 scale snowspeeder, which so far I've not been able to break. No. That's going to be worth watching. Gav not busting something. Yeah, and then somewhere in amongst all this mix, I am determined to get the Starfighter on show. Oh, the LVT as well. Yeah, we're cooking on gas now. The LVT is decaled. I've got to do a bit of weathering over the decals, and then a final coat of then a dusting over of like dust, and a final matte coat over the top of all that, and she'll be ready for a show. I'm building. I'm going to start building in a moment. Some blue foam work for the 2 Tommy's War figures as a backdrop for them on the vignette. It's all go here at Shea Boothie. Right, look after yourselves, and we'll catch each other very, very soon on another video.